Sometimes you look back at your life and wonder how certain things happened. The job that came just in time, the friend who showed up when you were falling apart, the moment you missed a disaster by mere seconds. People call it luck. The world likes to say it's coincidence or fate or being in the right place at the right time. But you and I both know, it wasn't luck. It was God. Every step, every turn, every open door that came out of nowhere, He was there, always. Behind the scenes ahead of you, surrounding you. What looked like chance was really God's hand holding your life together. You're not drifting through life by accident, you are being carried, and if you look closely you'll see His fingerprints on everything. The piece that didn't make sense in the middle of your storm, that was Him. The random phone call that changed your whole day, that was Him too. The opportunity that seemed too good to be true, but somehow opened up at just the right time. That's not luck. That's a loving God aligning things for your good, quietly, faithfully, always. It reminds me of Esther, just a young woman living in exile trying to survive. She didn't come from power, she didn't have status, but somehow she ends up as queen. To the world it looked like chance. A beauty contest, a lucky break, a twist of fate. But behind it all was the hand of God. Because He knew what was coming, He knew His people would face destruction, and He placed Esther in the palace for such a time as this. Not by luck, by purpose, by design. She was positioned to be a voice, a bridge, a deliverer, not by accident but by divine appointment. And the same is true for you. You may not be standing in a palace, but God has placed you exactly where you are for a reason. That workplace, that neighborhood, that friendship, that struggle you didn't choose but are somehow surviving, none of it is random. He's using it, every bit of it, even the painful parts, even the silent seasons, even the detours, especially the detours. Joseph's life tells us that best. He had dreams of greatness, of purpose, but instead he found himself betrayed by his brothers, sold into slavery, thrown into prison for something he didn't do. From the outside, it looked like everything had gone wrong. If anyone had the right to believe God had abandoned him, it was Joseph. But even in that dark prison, God was with him. Even when it looked like he was forgotten, God was working. And in time, Joseph was raised up to power, second only to Pharaoh, not by luck, but because God had a plan. And all those twists and turns, all those lonely nights, all those moments of injustice, they were all a setup for something greater. That's how God works. He takes what looks like disaster and turns it into destiny. He takes what was meant to harm you and uses it to bless you. He works all things, not some things, all things together for things, all things together for good to those who love Him. That flat tire that made you late but kept you from an accident. That delay that closed one door but led you to something better. That no you didn't want to hear, but that saved you from heartbreak. It's not coincidence. It's God protecting you from things you may never even realize. Maybe you've had moments where things didn't make sense at the time, but looking back now you can see how it was God all along. The season that broke you but also built you. The time you lost everything, but somehow gained something deeper. The years that felt wasted but became the foundation for your purpose. That's not randomness, that's the Redeemer at work. Ruth's story is another picture of that. She lost her husband, she left her husband, she left her home. She followed Naomi into an uncertain future. She could have stayed in Moab, in comfort, but she chose faith over familiarity. And in the fields of a man named Boaz, where she just happened to glean, God met her with favor. She wasn't lucky. She was led. She wasn't lucky to marry Boaz. She was chosen to be part of the lineage of Jesus Himself. Her faith opened doors no one could have scripted. And the same is true for you. You're not where you are by mistake. Even if you feel like you're in a place of loss or transition or uncertainty, God is still writing. His plans for you didn't get canceled. They're unfolding, slowly, perfectly. He knows how to get you from where you are to where you're meant to be. And He doesn't need luck to do it. He needs your trust. You may feel like you're in the middle of nowhere, but God knows exactly where you are. The world may not see you. Others may have passed you by, but God has not forgotten you. He hasn't overlooked you. His favor has a way of finding people in the quiet places, the unseen places, the overlooked corners of life. His favor isn't earned, it's given. And when it rests on you, no one can take it away. How many times have you received something you didn't deserve? A kindness that came out of nowhere. A blessing that was more than you asked for. Strength when you had nothing left. Grace when you failed. That wasn't chance. That was God reminding you that He's your provider, your protector, your shepherd, your source. Psalm 37 says, "The steps of a good person are ordered by the Lord." That means even when you feel like you've taken the wrong turn, God is still guiding you. Even when you've wandered, He's rerouting you. And even when others have tried to derail you, He's preserving the purpose He placed in you. So if you're walking through a season that doesn't make sense, hold on. If doors have closed that you thought were meant to open, trust Him. If you're watching others move forward while you feel stuck, keep believing, because God doesn't move by human timelines. He moves by eternity. And what feels like a delay is often divine preparation. You're not late. You're not unlucky. You're not missing out. You're being led by a God who sees the full picture. You're walking in the favor of a Father who writes the best stories, ones that only make sense when you look back and see how all the broken pieces fit together. Sometimes your greatest blessings won't come in the spotlight, but in the stillness. Not in the loud moments, but in the quiet ways He shows up for you when no one else does. That peace you found in the middle of your breakdown, that's God. That unexpected provision when you didn't know how the bills would be paid, that's God. That person who walked into your life just when you needed encouragement, that's God too. It's never been luck, it's always been love. Every hair on your head is numbered. Every tear you cry is counted. Every longing in your heart is known. There's nothing random about your story, nothing accidental about your path. God's love is intentional, His timing is perfect, and His ways are higher, even when they're harder. So don't give up just because it hasn't happened yet. Don't believe the lie that you're being overlooked. Don't measure your life by the world's idea of success or chance. What God is building in you lasts, it's solid, it's eternal, and it's far more beautiful than anything you could have orchestrated for yourself. When you feel tempted to chalk something up to good luck, pause, and remember the God who brought you through when you didn't think you'd make it. Remember the closed doors that turned into better ones. Remember the silent prayers that were answered in ways you never expected. That's not coincidence. That's your Father, faithful, good, and always at work. He's working even now. In what feels ordinary. In what feels delayed. In what feels broken. The hand of God is not just in the big miraculous moments. It's in the daily mercies. The quiet rescues. The gentle nudges. The open doors. The closed ones too. You may not always see what He's doing, but you can trust who He is. You can trust that even when life feels uncertain, His plan is secure. You can trust that the same God who wrote Esther's story, who guided Joseph through prison, who led Ruth to her redemption, is the same God writing yours. So walk with confidence, live with gratitude, and speak with boldness, because the blessings in your life, past, present, and still to come, they are not luck, they're evidence. Evidence that God is real, that He is with you, that He is for you, and that He is working all things together for your good, always. It's not luck, it's God. And if you ever doubt that He's still working, I want you to remember this. God's silence is never His absence. Just because you can't hear Him doesn't mean He left. Just because your life isn't moving the way you expected doesn't mean it's not moving in the right direction. He doesn't always announce His presence with thunder and fire. Sometimes He speaks in the still, small voice. Sometimes He works through detours, delays, even disappointments. But He is always working, even in seasons where nothing feels like it's going right. He's already gone ahead of you. He's preparing things you haven't even prayed for yet. Lining up people, places, and moments to bless you, teach you, and transform you. It's not luck when the door opens just when you feel like giving up. It's not luck when a message touches your heart in the exact way you needed. That's a Father who knows every fiber of your soul, every hidden ache, every silent prayer whispered through tears in the dark. Think about the Israelites standing at the edge of the Red Sea. Behind them, Pharaoh's army was thundering forward. In front of them, nothing but water. There was no way out, no backup plan. It looked like the end, but then God moved, not through coincidence but through power. He made a way where there was no way, and He didn't just lead them across. He drowned their enemies behind them. That's what God does. He doesn't just deliver you, He defends you. He doesn't just rescue you, He restores you. Amen.